Can we just take a look at some of these first half numbers that have come out? Your thoughts on the likes of Julius Berger, Starcoms and Nigerian Bottling Company. Do you hold any of these stocks?
We hold a large quantity of Starcoms. We hold small amounts of Julius Berger, Nigerian Bottling Company as well.
Starcoms results really poor though, if you look at the numbers there. Would you be reconsidering holding these stocks based on the fact that, you know, it's down more than 50% for the year and the competitive pressure that we're seeing in the Nigerian economy is really weighing down on revenue and ARPU?
I think that Starcoms is a peculiar company in the telecom sector. It's a CDMA company as opposed to the GSM companies. The GSM companies have the markets. It will be extremely difficult for Starcoms to find progress. If we did find a buyer, we would sell our Starcoms shares, but those stocks are currently very liquid. The real problem with Starcoms is that there's fierce competition in the GSM market, and rates per call are dropping rapidly, and Starcoms can't match that. It is trying to play on the data side, and even on the data side it is pressured as well. In my mind, there seems to be a very, very difficult way forward for Starcoms.
Let's move on to the insurance sector now. This is a sector that was, along with the banks, really hit by the crisis in 2008. There appears to be some more activity around these stocks, a resurgence in appetite for these stocks. What are your thoughts on the likes of GT Assurance, Prestige Assurance and ICO?
I think those are the leading companies in the insurance sector, but I think we need to take a step back and look at that insurance sector. What tends to happen is that there's herd mentality, everybody goes in one direction if things are going well, and in the other direction if things aren't going too well. I think the market has taken its eye off the insurance sector, and that's a tragic mistake because there's a silent revolution going on in the insurance sector. The National Insurance Commission, the regulator of that sector, has done a lot of focused work in developing the sector. There's a project called the MRDI, which stands for MDRI, Market Development and Restructuring Initiative, which is meant to put a string of initiatives together to revamp that market, as well as put regulation in place to ensure standardized financial reporting. That has had a very strong impact on the market, and with prices having crashed the way they have in the last 3 years, I think that there's tremendous value in that sector now.
When it comes to insurance then, who are the market leaders at this stage?
You just mentioned them: GT Assurance, Prestige Assurance, Custodian and Allied Insurance, ICO, and some unquoted companies. I mean, I think the strongest insurance company right now will be a company called Leadway Assurance.
How well covered are Nigerians when it comes to insurance? How much scope is there for growth?
The MDRI I spoke of just now, it's supposed to take cover in the Nigerian market from a paucity of 90% to 70%. So it just shows you that the penetration of insurance in this economy, in this country, is very, very shallow.
So the growth potential is really there for those companies. Apart from the insurance sector, which other sectors are you bullish on?
We are bullish on the cement sector because of its linkage to infrastructure. Oil and gas, because once you take the cap off the subsidies, you have a totally different market. Those are the two sectors we'll be looking at right now.
We've seen
the manufacturing sector, consumer goods, is a bit challenged because of energy prices.
We've seen those results coming out of the likes of Oando and some of the other oil and gas companies. What are your thoughts on those numbers? They seem to be quite impressive, especially Oando, doing pretty well there up with its upstream business.
Oando is a very interesting company, but also very intriguing. I think that the interest in Oando, it's how much it is tried to move up the value chain. But moving up the value chain does have its costs, and my problem with Oando is its financial structure. It's trying to correct that by selling its upstream business to a stronger player. There was news on the market yesterday that it has traded its upstream business and some capital arrangements to a company that is listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange. And that upstream business will probably be listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange. But I am a bit curious as to how they're going to resolve their huge debt profile. But they begin to generate good revenues, as you have mentioned, but they need to sort out the financial structuring of the company.
Let's just take a look at broader market performance that you're expecting today. We saw the Bourse post a slight gain there yesterday, but really a flat day, bearish trend for top-tier banks. What are you expecting from the Bourse today?
It's going to be much of the same. There isn't going to be any dramatic change in the Nigerian markets in the next 1 month or two. The dynamics are still very flat. We still have a very weak participation from local investors. The foreign investors are the ones who keep the markets alive right now, and I don't think that there's any new adventurism on their side coming into the market. So we're going to see things relatively flat in the next I'd say month or two, when new wages begin to come into the markets and people begin to lay their bets for end of year.